Sound the horn.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our brain food education. We are excited to get this started, get this up and running. There's a lot of differences between what you know as homeschooling and what we have here. It's all going to be explained to you, and we have our amazing host, Sheila Matchett. She's an MSI here, and she's done a lot of this herself as far as raising her children. So there's no better person to be over top of this and in many avenues. But I'd like to introduce her. And then we also have our Mr. Roy Rickard here as well to chime in and help her with anything that needs to be explained. Sheila, take it away.
Thank you. And welcome everybody. I know we have a couple of new people here and we are underway with interviews. I conducted a few today. I have 8 more in the next 2 days and more planned for next week. So please check your text, because I am sending texts with a schedule of times that I am available to do the interviews, and they are filling up fast. So far, it looks like we have our 3rd and 6th grade math and English together, which is great. We have our kindergarten. I'm talking with her tomorrow. We're going to have at least 1 or 2 kindergartners tomorrow, teachers available. So next Wednesday, y'all will actually get to meet our first round of teachers for our program. We are going to have, like last week, we introduced, or I was getting some clarification for our American Sign Language class. Unfortunately, as of now, it cannot be a class offered for seniors as a foreign language, but it can be offered as a class that they can take under like history or things like that. So we can offer that as a class. And we have an excellent instructor that's going to be onboarding that's going to be able to direct that. So what we are having here is our online private school. We started out as a homeschool program, but with all of the different avenues and regulations and restrictions from state to state, we decided that it would be better to do an online private school. With that being said, we found out that there were tons and tons of resources out there that you will have access to for helping you fund your expenses. Right now, our program that we are offering is very inexpensive compared to other private schools, be it online or physical. The other thing that we have to look forward to as being a private school is that we don't have to follow as strict of guidelines as we do with the public schools. We do have a lot of leeway that we can do and incorporate within our structure for our curriculum. And that's what we're going to do. Our kids, especially the seniors, will have a broader education platform and base that they can select from. Also, our teachers are going to be the cream of the crop that we're going to be able to get. These are going to be teachers that are really going to engage your student, that's going to engage the subject that they're talking or teaching. Everything is going to be within that platform. They will have a set curriculum that they have to follow. What they put inside that curriculum is totally up to them as long as it adheres to the guidelines. Once they come into our program, they're going to have a resource in their back office for their specific curriculum or curriculums that they're teaching that they can select to teach their students. The good thing about our online program is everything's automated. So yes, everything is a click of a button. They come into Zoom, they click in, it gets counted. If the homework is an assignment, they can print off. Once they turn it in, it's also, everything's right there on the computer. They pull up the link, they do the homework, it gets graded. Everything is submitted to the states so that they can get counted. The wonderful thing about our online program is, say if your student is sick that morning and they can't attend the physical class, all classes will be recorded and they will be put in a library specifically for your class and your subject. And you can log on at your time within that day and get credit for that school day. So you can't do that at other schools. The other thing that our teachers are going to have access to or have privilege to do is set their own time frame. So we won't have a basic 8 to 3 class. We will, but if a student can't do an 8 to 3, maybe they want to do a 9 to 1 or 5 to 2. You know, it's 5 to 2. It might be 5 to 2. You just never know. We might have a teacher that comes on at 2 o'clock in the morning, and a student that wants to come in and do a class at 2 a.m. You just never know, but they're going to have that option to set their schedule. And then the student is going to have the option with their parents to actually fit their schedule to their needs. I know, like with my grandson, we travel a lot in the summer. We travel a lot towards the end of the school year. So there's a lot of days that he will miss Thursday and Friday and have to get homework assigned to him and take with him because we're traveling, because he plays travel ball. So with the homeschool program or the online program that we have, that would not be an issue with any sports activity or anybody that might want to do an early vacation with their family. They just pick up their computer and school goes with them. So there's a lot of advantages. So far, we haven't come across any disadvantages. Just remember that this is our pre-launch. This is our how do you call it? Our flag year. It's new. So Daniel is doing an amazing job of getting the curriculum. I wish I had the curriculum when I was homeschooling my children. It's so easy. It just flows so well. It's very user-friendly for both the teacher and the student. Peter is also helping him coming in, getting all the technical support that the teachers are going to need, that the students are going to need. Everything's going to be effortless. The one thing that we do have control over is if there's a need as we get students on board and there's a need, we are going to be able to pull teachers or have teachers that's already in place to basically take care of that. And all we have to do is just say, hey, Daniel, we need you to add this to the curriculum. And it's just a push of a button, a few things that he'll add in. Might take him a day or two to get it all set up, but we'll be able to add it in as we go. Our structure from the beginning is going to be the basics that we need with a few flavors thrown in. Is that how we're going to say it, Roy?
Yeah, that sounds good. Actually, you're doing awesome to explain this to everybody. I'm going to tell you, I'm getting super excited because we got the teachers on board and I knew they would fall in love with this. It's all about marketing and educating. We got the teachers. Sheila, do we have every grade covered?
So far, I've got like an 8th grade and a 7th grade I'm looking for, and a 2nd grade. So,
okay, so we're launching classes August 28th of this year. It's May. I mean, the 3 months are going to go by quick, but we got the teachers covered, which was my biggest concern. So 7th, we're getting there, and that's just from our community before we even launched this, and now we start deploying this out there, but we're going to have entire communities come on board with this. This is going to change a lot of things. People are looking for this solution, and I'm talking to some very educated people, walk through what we're doing, and everybody says it's about time somebody did this. That is awesome. Nobody is like calling us crazy, which I'm usually getting called a little crazy, right? But this has huge impact. But that being said, we got to take it out there. We'll have landing pages shortly. The legal stuff's coming along really great. The curriculum is awesome. All the stuff's being loaded up. It's just watching everything fall into place. And there's things that are being added to this, guys, that's going to make our program so much better than what the alternatives are. And we're getting more and more things lined up as we do. Remember, we're marketers. We solve problems. We're solving education, and I'm just excited for what's coming on there. So Sheila, yeah, you said it good. There's my bit too. Yeah.
The other thing, guys, is like I graduated. It seems like my whole graduating class, my senior year class, at least 2/3 of them are teachers. And I've reached out to them, and they was like, well, I don't want to lose my teaching that I'm doing now. Guess what? They don't have to. If they want to do one class per day, and maybe be a 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock class, or maybe they want to do an early morning class. This is a part-time program too for any teacher until they max or reach their quota or their potential that they want and maximize their income. Then they can walk away from their teaching job. A lot of the ones that I've talked to is that, well, I don't want to lose my benefits. Guess what? We have a program for benefits, so they're not losing anything. It's everything is covered with the new program that we have with the Savings Highway Global. Their insurance is covered. By the fact that they can take their teaching with them, they don't have to necessarily stay home. They can still travel. They can set their schedule up for their classes based on what they need as a teacher. So the teacher and student's going to have a relationship. As always, they can upgrade, they can change, they can do their schedule. They're going to be able to release their schedule from week to week or month to month and plan out instead of having to plan out their whole year. They can plan out month to month. The students will get an updated calendar so that they can see when their teacher is teaching. And if their teacher happens to be not at that particular hour, they can go to another class with a teacher that's teaching that same hour, that same subject. So it's going to be very versatile for both the student and the teacher. The good thing about it is that the teacher gets paid per student, per class, per day. So if they're teaching multiple classes, multiple grades, and say they have the same student that comes to every class, they get paid per that student for every class that student attends for every day that student's there. It really adds up. So they're going to basically, most of them are going to exceed their earning potential, what they're making at their regular teaching job. Plus, they're going to have so much more freedom to say, maybe they want to just be dressed from the top down and have their PJs on underneath with their bedroom shoes. I do that quite often.
Well, it's going to be we're going to attract some amazing people that can have amazing lives and still teach, right? Because they can do it from anywhere.
Yep.
I was, every time I discuss this, the openings of what this creates, because, look at Tanya and I, we have a remote life, and teachers can have a remote life, but there's some teachers that have that situation where they can do this, run a classroom and travel or be in Europe during that travel, or during the courses. There's so many options that are now available because of the technology allowing to do it. This is just a bunch of solution it's a winning solution for the teachers as it is a winning solution for the parents and the students. This is the future, and we're just on top of it. That's really what this is. And as we progress and get things going, it's going to build and build, because we're going to continue to market it, and the word will spread within the communities. It's just a matter of the time, and we're all in it. We're all going to run this out there. Teachers are building a curriculum. So even on you look at the worst case scenario, they don't have a lot of kids in their grade. Well, that curriculum they're creating is going to be worth gold to them ongoing. So it's all, even the worst case scenario is a great scenario, and that's a true win-win. And then we're going to market and bring the students in, and then we'll balance out the teacher. And the ebbs and flow, the ups and downs of the supply and demand is going to run itself pretty well. I think we're going to have a fun time watching this, really.
Yep. And it's going to build, guys. But like Rory says, we are marketers. We're the ones that's going to get the word out there. We've already got the basics there. We got the foundations laid. It's there. We got this brand new opportunity. And we got to let people know, hey, we got this opportunity. It's in the middle of the field, down the corner, around the pine tree. You need to come and see it. You got to get them there. So we have to market. We've been stressing, get those pages out there for those teachers, get them into me. I need those teachers. Let people know, go ahead and create your connect, contact us, get your response magic code out there and let them know, hey, we have a program. We're getting ready to have a pre-launch for student admission. Hold your spot for $1. That's coming literally around the corner. And if they get that pre-enrollment in for $1, it holds their position for their grade to get them in there quick. But you need to have those pages out there, get that connection, start building up your list so that when it goes live, you can automatically send them, hey, here's your registration, and get that $1. So get that out there. LinkedIn, like they said, I've got several LinkedIn applications. And I've had to track a few down from students that posted in LinkedIn and they didn't have a referral. So, but LinkedIn, I probably got at least 20 people from LinkedIn. Facebook, there's people out there. I've got a few from some ads. So there are teachers looking. I've got retired teachers, semi-retired teachers. I got teachers. I got 4 or 5 fresh out of college that they don't like what they're seeing when they're going in for interviews in the education system. So these are things that we want to get out there, offering the student and the teacher an alternative to traditional school education. We want to make sure and let them know that, make them be aware that there are alternatives. COVID was our biggest friend for this platform because it proved that it can be done remotely. It proved that education can be done remotely. Zoom was their best friend. The only thing is everybody had, and they still, I know when Eli did it, we printed it, we had to print everything out or it was on a program. Same thing that we're going to do. It's going to be on a program. Check here, submit. Grades get done, gets recorded, gets sent in. So it was proven already. Our system's already been proven that we can do this. Now it's just a matter of getting the word out that we have an opportunity here for people to come in. Prices are very reasonable. Kindergarten's free. First through 8 is $99. The curriculum's $99 for everybody. And then for you to get actual teachers for the live programming, it's $109 for 1 through 8. And then 9 through 12, it's $129 a month. So, and
it's an annual fee. We just charge it monthly.
Yeah.
And that all that's like spelled out on the stuff that's coming, but it's so affordable that in the states where they get the funding for the student, the parents are going to have funds not only for the education we're going to give them, but for private tutoring that they can get available under the same, I guess, school program. And in a lot of them, I mean, they'll be able to have the latest, greatest laptops and stuff too to go along with it. Like it's a total solution. And that makes it equal and abundant the way that education is supposed to be. I just get so excited when we go through it.
Yep. And there's actually on my page, there's 3 programs that I've found that you just apply once they get registered, you apply and they evaluate you and they give you funding. I think it's up to $7,500 per child, per household. That's going to way exceed what our costs are if you get the full access. So that will cover, like Roy said, maybe you need an extra laptop or a laptop. Maybe you want to put them in a outside sports program. Like, my grandson and my granddaughter, we play travel ball. That's $4,000 a season, and there's 4 seasons. So we put them in that. So if they have that, they can do that, with 2 of them, $4,000, that's quite a chunk of money, but they enjoy it, but they get more exposure. We travel all over the East Coast. So maybe you have a student that would like to advance their athletic abilities. Guess what? That extra money they get from those resources can put them in an advanced program like that for sports. Maybe they want to get an instrument because we do have some people that are doing online music instruction as part of music. We got a guitar player. I think I got a trumpet. There's another one. I can't remember what the other instrument is. That they're going to be guitar. I think Amelia is going to be teaching guitar online. So maybe they need to buy a guitar. Maybe they need an instrument for music class. So that funding will actually be able to help them get that instrument. There's a lot of places that will rent them to them. Again, and the thing about it is once they get in, the parents would then have access to maybe build and get some other income coming in from our other platforms that they will have access to. So it's all going to roll in, but we got to get them in first. So get those pages done, get those teachers in here, get those student instructors, the students in with the parents, get them out there and let them know what we have to offer for them and that we're ready.
Awesome. I know if you want to do some Q&A, we can do that. What do you think, Sheila?
Yep, we got a few minutes. The troubled youth, that's going to be like I said, we're going to be on an online school, so we're not going to have a troubled youth. That's going to be the parents' decision. The good thing about it is because it is online, if we have an unruly child that disrupts the class, the teacher's going to have a button that says, take them out of the Zoom room. And they will get a call from that administrator saying that their child's disruptive, and the parent will have to deal with it. That might be one of those children that's going to do their whole class from the library. But that's it. We don't have reform schools. This is not an in-school class, so it's all remote. So if there's a problem child, then that parent will have to deal with it, but the teacher will have the option to remove that person from the Zoom room. Okay, Miss Karina Johns.
Okay, could you please provide the link to your application where they submit the resume again? I have lost it somewhere.
Okay, hold on. I just got it for another student.
Yeah, we probably should put that on here anyway.
Yeah. I'm just going to post all this whole thing. In chat. Okay. There's the link. And just make sure you put that in your page. If you click on it and then just copy it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then if you go to my online teachers page on my website, you can copy it from there too. It also has the 3 resources that I have pulled up that is good for every state. So there's my link too for my page. Now, kindergarten's free. Kindergarten is going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to offer. Yeah, we're going to offer that as a free. We don't have to chart their attendance in kindergarten, so we're just going to offer that, and that's where we're going to highlight the teachers, put the stuff out there, talk about our program. It's a marketing message, and you know what, Sheila, you brought up something before. We're going to start doing profiles of the teachers and start pushing that stuff out here really soon. We're going to really start going to town on the marketing, right?
Yeah.
And now's the time. There's school decisions to be made. And we roll it out there, and then we just go and we just perfect this as we go.
Because the year-round schools get out this week or last week and this week, and then regular public schools get out the following week. So everybody's going to be the first week of June. After the first week of June, school's out. So once I get the teachers onboarded, we're going to start meeting in Zoom, and we're going to start training the teachers how to create their YouTube channel. And then we will create a platform for the teachers to be able to promote themselves with their curriculums that they will be teaching for the grades. And we will create a whole library of those on the Brainfood Ambassador platform so that they can see the teachers with the grades and what they will be teaching and how. I'm excited about that. Some of you are going to be camera shy, and we're going to show you how to get over that.
Yeah, we will. All good though.
All good. All good. All right, Miss Tracy.
Okay, can you hear me? I
can.
Okay, awesome. So did I understand you correctly that now we have everything going and set up to promote to students and their family, or the parents of students, or not quite?
Yes, you can go ahead and promote to the student, to the parent.
Okay.
Because we are pre-enrolling.
Okay.
So pre-enroll for $1. So you want to get their contact information. So that's why you want to have a response magic code, or your contact me, which is going to be response magic code, and let them know that, hey, if you're interested in our program, We're going to have our pre-enrollment set up soon. As soon as the landing page is ready, I will contact you to pre-enroll for $1.
So it'll be like, I'm still kind of learning how to do response
Mhm.
magic, sorry, but,
Yeah.
so it, like the link that I would put on my pages to promote to the students, obviously that's different than the teacher link. So
Right.
that would have a different response magic code than other
Yes.
stuff.
So you're going to
too.
have one that's going to go to your student page. So you're going to
Okay.
have on your advertising, it's going to be a
Uh-huh.
response magic about pre-enroll for our brain food
Oh, okay.
education program. And then when they click the submit button, it's going to take
Okay.
them to your information page that talks about our school for the
Okay.
students. And you're going to have another one the same way for the teachers. And that's going to go to your teaching platform, and they can register. The teachers will register under your non-ship DTC ambassador link.
Okay. And if I don't have that yet, do I use my instructor's link or until
Yeah,
I get
Tracy,
into
that's what we'll do.
DTC?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't have it yet, that's what I do is use your
Okay.
instructor link. And
Okay.
I'll tell you, we're going to have full information on how to roll this out here really soon, but we're going to have a landing page, $1 that ties it to it. If you're not fully set up in DTCA yet, you're going to want to use their link, but that's probably the time to do it as
Okay.
well. So
All right. Yeah, I'm working on getting in there.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Somebody asked in there that they have a special needs child. We do have special needs teachers that are coming in. So I do have 2 special needs teachers that can teach kindergarten through 3rd grade. So if we have need of them, they can set up their class, but it will be separate from their regular K through 3. They will have a separate class for special needs. So I have that covered.
Okay, sweet. I love that. And it's gonna grow. Like I think everybody sees, no, we're launching this. We're gonna go out to, to do it. We know it's an amazing solution. We get people in there and it'll just grow. I mean, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
We know we got to do it. The mission's big enough. The vision's big enough. Resources are being done and we'll be ready. It's an exciting time. Exciting
Right.
times.
It is. Emilio, you gotta unmute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Short question. You mentioned that you only have teachers for guitar and trumpet. We're looking for more with
Yes.
other instruments because I have a few friends that are
Yes,
excellent
I
violin
want,
players, teachers,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
and all that.
because we're gonna have music. So if there's a specific instrument they want to play, I'm gonna have that in there.
Okay.
But I also want them to be able to teach at least one other standard class. So at least.
Okay.
So music, yes, music. I might even have chorus on there. I don't know. We have to see what Daniel's come
Okay.
up with. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sounds good.
Who knows? We might be on YouTube with our choir and everybody logs in.
That could be fun.
It would, wouldn't it? All right, Mr. Ron.
Yeah, I basically had close to the same question. I know somebody that is a drums teacher, so I didn't know if you had room for that too.
So yeah, so bilingual teachers, that's the other thing. Emilio's a bilingual teacher. So if you can teach a subject like Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Mandarin, anything like that, especially for a 9 through K or 9 through 12th grade that need a special language, foreign language to graduate, perfect. Make sure I have your resume and make sure you have that on there. Miss Karina.
Okay, another quick question. On your page where it says submit resume, is that
Mhm.
also the place where they click to get the form where they would
Yes.
fill in our contact
Yes.
information?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and Miss Alicia. Yeah, we still want to get those people that want to do homeschooling because this is still going to be from home. We're just have it labeled as a private online school. It's still going to be from home. They will not be in a school structure. They'll be at their home. If the parent wants to be there with them, even better. But yeah, this is still going to be strictly from their home, but it's labeled a private school because there's more funding available as a private school entity than a homeschool. Okay. Hi. All right. I don't see any more hands up. We will be here again on next Monday, Wednesday. Yep, and we'll go over it again until everybody is familiar. All the questions are asked and we are live. The other thing I want to really get across to you guys, if you do have a potential teacher, go ahead and get them signed under your non-ship link because once we go live, $300. So Roy's graciously said we could get the non-ship link signed up now. So it's $59.95 plus the $50 membership fee and then $59.95 a month. After it's all said and done and everything's live and functioning, then it's $250 plus the $50 enrollment fee and then $59.95 a month. So get them in early. If for whatever reason they don't pan out as a teacher, then they can get them some free wine.
Yep. Yeah, it's and you know what, we need marketers more than anything to spread this word, right? We need people in all the communities. We need to be pushing that out there. And you know, we're going to get pretty creative on the ground effort too, but you know, a lot of people are looking for it. You know, I'm going to tell you the temperature today, a lot of people never considered homeschool. They just did the private school or public school. It's changing. Like this is something that everybody is now talking about. Like, should I put my kids at home? Yeah, you should. And here's a solution to do it. Having school brought right to your home, directly to your home, when you're not the teacher, you're just a parent, make sure that they show up and they're in the safety and convenience of your home or wherever you take them, that they have internet access to their computer. That's it. We just freed up everything, right? And you know, and especially as our families, you know, they grow, it's no commuting back and forth to school. I mean, think about the time you're saving, not being in the freaking line to drop off or pick up your kids, not worrying about the bus situation, not worrying about the bully situations. I mean, the upsides of what we're offering are vast and valid. They're vast and valid. And we just got to get that word out there. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun anyway, too.
I mean, I homeschooled my kids, guys. I had three. I had 3 kids because I have an adopted son and he came in high school. So I had 3 high school kids I was homeschooling in 2 different grades. And I was the mom, the principal, the teacher for every subject. Good Lord, I had all the education I had. But it was very tedious. I'm telling you, having to, and then if there was a subject that I wasn't comfortable with, pooling with other homeschool parents and say, hey, I'm going to bring my kids to your house. You're going to bring your kids to my house. And then during testing, I couldn't facilitate the testing of my own student or my own kids. So then I would have to go to either a facility that was doing homeschool testing or the parents in our homeschool group, we would literally switch kids and say, you're going to do the test, you're going to facilitate the testing. This takes all of that out. They have the advantages of homeschooling without the parent having to have all the hassle and the headache of trying to get everything together. The curriculum was the biggest thing that we had to fight over. And I literally took a summer to figure out my curriculum. I pulled together 2 different curriculums so I can make sure my kids had the best education I could provide. The curriculum Daniel's coming up with, it's amazing. It covers everything that a child will need or a student would need for any grade that they're going to attend. It's amazing. And just the benefits, my grandkids, when they stay here with me for school days, I have to get them up at 6 o'clock just to get them ready and dressed so that they can, I take them to school and they still have to be at school by 7 o'clock and school doesn't start to 7:45. So by them being homeschooled, guess what? School starts at 8 o'clock. Get them up at 7:30, have breakfast, brush their teeth, guess what? 30 minutes compared to 2 hours prep time. It makes the kids more relaxed. They're more secure. They're more stable because they're going to be in an environment that they can learn in. That's the biggest thing. So make sure these are some key points that you can put in your pages when you're writing your pages. I promise you, it will draw that mom that might have that child that's being bullied or might have that child that's having issues. I see somebody says dyslexia. My son's dyslexic. I never forget the first time he comprehended, he was in 3rd grade, that it wasn't all sight words. It finally comprehended what he was reading, and I cried. So I know how to deal with dyslexia. So like I said, we do have special needs teachers. I know one for sure that's coming on board. I got 2 more I'm interviewing in the next few days. So hopefully we can get one of those on. So we will have some teachers covering special needs. We just have to see what their special needs is. So that would be one of the things to do. So with that being said, Ms. Gail, go ahead and unmute.
Yes, I was wondering, is that non-ship link going to be used exclusively for the Brainfood? I just wondered how they were going to be kept separate.
Gail, I'm so glad you're bringing that up there. So in regards to the DTCA and the non-ship link, because we have another solution with the education, it's going to be the wine path, which covers everything, or the Brainfood path, which also covers everything, just no one's getting wine. They can still market wine. So if they come in the marketing side, we're not going to have like a third option. We had that, the non-ship thing so they could participate in the marketing. Now we have another avenue. So we're going to have the 2 paths.
Yeah. So
the only other path that would be, and I'll bring this up, is they could be a customer of the marketing. They could be, just a customer refer to go in. But we're going to have 2 paths now. So Brainfood or the wine. And we present it in the Triple R way. We bring them in with wine first. And those that don't want to participate in receiving the wine, they can still market wine through Brainfood as well. They get access to that in their grapevine. The Vortex. They get access to in the Vortex. I'm just saying that because everything is getting converted over. They get access in the Vortex. We're just going to have the 2 paths on the marketing side. And if they just want to come in and be a customer and refer others, they can. But we're building the marketing one solid sequence. So that's why it's really awesome to take advantage of it. We'll go to the full pricing probably August 1. I think I said it. Yeah, August 1. I mean, we're busting to get this thing out there so we can start doing the dollar signups. A lot of parents have, we got a build up. It's awesome. But yeah, that's to answer you, Gail, on that. There'll be the 2 options.
Yeah. So as of right now, until we get the full landing page done for Brainfood exclusively, everybody that comes in under the non-ship link, they'll see the wine. But once it goes live and they come in at the $250 plus the $50 membership and they only want to do Brainfood, it's going to have its own thing. They won't see anything to do with wine. It'll all be education. So as of right now, it's going to be, they can still have that back office, the Vortex, and they'll see the wine. But like Rory said, after August 1, when everything's live and the price goes up, it's going to be strictly Brainfood if they come in on that path. But then down the line, you being their initiator, you can say, oh, by the way, you have access to this. Let me show you what's in your back office.
Yeah. And we'll do it in the presentation. Hey, this is part of it. You have access to this. If you want to market it, it's there. Your team you're going to get paid on what your team does on it anyway. That's kind of, I think that's how we'll do it. But I mean, we got a lot of members already that are tied to wine. So it's already set up, right?
It's going to be great, guys. I'm just telling you, just to talk to some of these teachers that I've talked to today, we're going to have some amazing instruction. Not one child that's going to come through is going to be left out. We have teachers that's going to cover, and to get started until we get more in, you probably are going to see familiar faces in 1 through 12th grade until we get, like I said, more teachers to come in, and then they can back off. But again, it's going to be fun for the teacher to be able to teach in their home. You know, we might have a pacer like Roy that likes to walk up and down with their headphone on, or might have their own blackboard or use the whiteboard on Zoom, but they're going to have that alternative. I talk with my hands. Everybody sees I talk with my hands. So I was a pacer when I taught my kids. I paced, I walked, I went up to the chalk, and I had a chalkboard, not a chalkboard, but I had a writing board. So it's one of those things, once we start the teachers and get them on Facebook and you get to see their introduction, you're going to be able to market them. You're going to actually be creating pages per grade with that instructor's Facebook introduction. That's going to be exciting.
And we're gonna be on that pretty soon, right?
Yep. Hopefully, I'm going to give it 2 weeks. I'm going to take this week and next week to get all the interviews over. So
Perfect. All right, I think we're good tonight. See you guys next week.
Thank you guys for showing up. Get the word out.
And yeah, we'll be explaining every Wednesday. This is going to get more and more happening. I just can't wait till we start doing all the previews. We're going to roll this out there. We got a lot of teachers to feature. This is going to be fun.